And just look at the size of the crowd at Boothbury Park. This was Hull City in their pomp. We'll be reliving the days of Wagstaff, Chiltern, Houghton and Butler in an FA Cup tie with Stoke a little later. But first, Don, with today's headlines.
Sheffield United's manager Howard Kendall has confirmed making a sensational £4 million bid for the Rangers and England midfielder Paul Gascoigne. No fairy tales for Ian Rush, booked and failing to score again as Liverpool ran out 2-0 winners at Ellen Road. But better news for Leeds old boy Gary Speed, who grabbed a hat-trick in Everton's 7-1 win over Southampton. So Leeds remain in 17th place, just 3 points clear of the relegation zone. Sheffield Wednesday can get back into the top half tomorrow when they entertain bottom club Nottingham Forest. And so to Division 1, extended highlights of Sheffield United's match at Port Vale. Your commentator is David Smith.
Flick on by Mills, Guppy going in, Naylor gets a second bite at the cherry, and the shot coming in from Porter, and it was a good one too. Great save by Kelly. Zonk going over the top. Good run into the centre by Cachiro. Still a bit of panic in the Port Vale defence. Tankard only partially away. This is Hutchison, and the flag has gone up, and it won't count, although the ball did go into the net. Playing towards Mills again. Good control, look for the turn, gets a deflection and still might go in. Kenny just getting back. Port Vale attacking the goal where all the Sheffield United fans are. Oh, that nearly went past, and the shot comes in, saved by Kelly. Miraculous save. He couldn't have known too much about it with McCarthy firing in. Still the ball not away. The shot driven in by Janssen is spilled out by Kelly. Here's Guppy, curls it in again. The Sheffield United goal leading a charmed life now. Vonk with a chance to clear it once and for all. Mills. A layoff which Patterson intercepts. Now Nilsson then for Sheffield United. Charging through the defence. Still going. Gets the return. Nilsson with a great shot which was saved by Musselwhite. Tankard forward. Good run by Janssen. Being followed all the way by Hartfield, but Janssen's dispossessed them again and cuts the ball back. This is great play by the Swede. Tankard with a shot. It's spilled again by Kelly. Naylor's in there, and then he couldn't get the ball across to Mills. 8 minutes remaining with Patterson to take the corner for Sheffield United. Vonk is making the run into the box now from the far side. That's where it was aimed. Musselwhite just punches the ball away. Now Hutchison curls it in towards goal, hits the crossbar. I think it was supposed to be a cross, ended up as a shot. Patterson whips in again, great save by Musselwhite. Well, that really was a match-saving save. He did brilliantly.
After destroying promotion-chasing Norwich in midweek, Barnsley went to Swindon in good heart. They're the boys in blue this time, and this is Andy Liddell testing Swindon's keeper Fraser Digby. Swindon whooped Huddersfield for 6 recently, and they do score plenty of goals, but if this one had gone in from Mark Robinson, it really would have gone into the category marked lucky. Dave Watson nearly embarrassed. Danny Wilson clearly unamused. Half-time, 0-0, but what a different story after the break. Wayne Allison and Ty Gooden involved in the build-up for the first goal, and yes, this is a header from former Liverpool man Mark Walters, a rare event indeed, as even he recognises. Danny Wilson's comment on the second goal, the ball nearly beat me back to Barnsley. Not even 10 goalkeepers would have stopped Gooden's shot. And you see what he means, the human impression of a whirlwind, not quite as convincing. The honest Barnsley boss also said this was his team's worst performance of the season. It ended at 3-0 when Allison's work was finished off by Steve Finney. Swindon Town 3, Barnsley 0.
As is so often the case these days, Bradford started out well, applying plenty of early pressure on the Ipswich goal. What isn't so common is that they actually take the lead. But this is a new era at Valley Parade. Chris Waddle's been persuaded to stay for the rest of the season, and the foreign imports are beginning to find their feet. 2 of them were involved in Bradford's opener, Robert Steiner forcing a reflex save from Richard Wright, and Ulla Bjorn Sundgott tapping in the rebound. But almost predictably, Bradford threw away their lead less than 5 minutes later. Jonathan Gould, fresh from a loan spell in Gillingham, could only punch to Simon Milton, and a sweet finish from Jason Cundy on loan from Spurs squared the match. Manager Chris Kamara found himself in trouble with referee David Laws and was sent off for arguing with one of his assistants. But he had a rather better view of Bradford's winner. Richard Liebird crossing for Sundgaard's second, the Bantam's first win in 9 games, and the manager able to take his red card humorously.
He said to me, would you go upstairs and sit in that warm, comfy seat in the director's box? Because you'd be better off up there than you would be down here. So I obliged him and went up there, you know, and the coffee and the sandwiches was nicer up there. Some of the link-up play and the build-up plays, absolutely a joy to watch it is. Just Waddle orchestrating it in the middle. Steiner and Sundgaard look as if they've got loads of goals in them up the front. Lee Duxbury's working his socks off in midfield. Cowan's dictating the play. Very, very pleasing.
Funny how some clubs are more of a handful than most on their own ground. Oxford United are one of those, and Huddersfield's Steve Francis had to be his most defiant to keep them at bay. Matt Elliott, scorer of the winner against Manchester City in midweek, was thwarted there, but when Joey Beecham's corner was punched out by Francis and Mark Angel drove the ball back in, not even the inspired Francis could deny Elliott from this range. By now, Town had suffered the further blow of having Darren Bullock sent off, and defeat would have been heavier but for some wayward finishing, notably here by Martin Aldridge. And untypically for him this season by Nigel Jemson, the former Sheffield Wednesday man keeping his feet as Francis did well not to bring him down, and then steering the ball over instead of under the bar. Not a happy return to Oxford for Brian Horton. Oxford United 1, Huddersfield Town 0.
Yesterday's top-of-the-table clash could so easily have seen Bolton extend their lead over Crystal Palace, and John Sheridan, on loan from Sheffield Wednesday, got them off to a flyer with this crashing drive after only 11 minutes. 10 minutes later, Robert Quinn gave John McGinley the chance to make it 2 after pulling him down in the area, and the Scottish international was only too happy to tuck home his 13th goal of the season. Bolton could have been 3 up had the ex-Sheffield United striker Nathan Blake shot 2 inches further to his left. But he didn't, and Crystal Palace were able to show the fighting spirit, which has meant they've lost only once away this season. David Hopkin made the most of Dougie Freedman's miss-hit, and Palace were able to conclude a thrilling first half with an equaliser 2 minutes later. This time Freedman doing all the hard work himself and shooting low across Keith Brannigan. 2-2 the final score. Bolton's unbeaten home record remains intact. So 4 points split the difference at the top. Barnsley missed the chance to go third, and Sheffield United still have second place well within their sights. Bradford
Goal as it became known from Eddie Gray against Burnley, all of 26 years ago. The first, John Shires has the Premier League news.
And Gary Kelly's